Hey, everybody. Welcome to special edition of 4C Comics Live on Thursday.
On a Thursday?
We have nothing better to do.
Well, the way I look at it is we're not going to do a show next week and probably not one the week after, so we may as well double.
Oh, sweet, because I can't do either of those.
I might do a show next week live from San Diego or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, that's on you, buddy.
It is on. I'll be in San Diego, so it'll be all for me to figure out. But thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight on a special edition of Thursday. And we're doing something special because we're actually introducing you guys to a new artist that we represent. And we're going to bring him on right now. And this is Mr. Balam. What's up, buddy?
Hello. How are you guys doing?
Great.
So if anybody out there,
Come again?
Yeah. I was just introducing you, saying if anybody isn't familiar, Balam has been working on New Mutants and the Hawkeye series from a couple of years ago, and
I read that series.
Apparently, last week he was part of a big issue that came out, issue number 4 of Edge of the Spiderverse. So yeah, he's a current artist doing a lot of great work, and we actually have a bunch of pages we're going to be offering up tonight. So. Stuff from New Mutants, stuff from Hawkeye, and some Edge of the Spider-Verse stuff. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And of course, Balam is going to be doing some sketch claims, $150 for an inked. It's kind of a bust, right? What'd you call it?
Yeah.
More than a headshot.
Yeah. Hey, boss.
And then $200 for color. He'll show you what one looks like. While he's doing
Ken,
that,
I'm not familiar with the rules. Could you run down those real quick?
Oh no, I was going to say, Becky, you want to run down those rules?
Yeah, I'll run them down. We use a live claim system. Claims are accepted after the claim banner is displayed. If fewer than 3 claims, the first claim wins. If more than 3, a random wheel spin will decide who gets the claim. The first 5 only will get on the wheel spin. When you win a claim, you must message us on Facebook and provide your email where we can send the invoice, or you can email us at 4ccomicart@gmail.com. If we do not receive the email, your claim will be voided. First-time customers only. Claims are commitments to purchase. If you make a claim, you have 7 days to pay the invoice, or you risk forfeiting the art and will be unable to claim for future shows. Payment plans available, please ask. And just a reminder, $25 shipping fee and 4% processing will be added to all orders.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Hey to Emilio. Hey to Jason.
Ooh, what's that, Balam?
Hi, Cameron.
That's awesome. So it's more of a bust.
That's like Professor Beast.
Yeah, exactly. What size are you using today, Balam? Is it 9 by 12?
This is a 9x12. This one is
Doctor Strange.
the inked version of
So
Commission.
that's what the inks will look like, guys. So that's going to be $150, and the Wolverine that he posted the other day and that I put up on the group page, that's going to be $200.
I'm going to flip my phone. I believe this is better. This.
So, Balam, welcome to the show, obviously, and obviously welcome to 4C, buddy. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself with the work we're putting in for you, and we're going to keep this thing rocking and rolling, I hope. We do have a claim available. Anybody out there who wants to get a claim, you can just type in.
Jason Harris says if you approve his 4C post, people can see what he received.
Can do.
I'll get there eventually.
You lost Balam. So.
He was moving his stuff around, so he'll probably have to rejoin.
Smoke if you got him.
We'll get him back. We lost him, but Ken's going to find him.
There is a claim up there, guys, so if anybody wants anything, jump in. I know we had a lot of interest in this when I posted it yesterday, so.
Yeah, maybe those people aren't on yet.
Well, if not, I have a claim for myself. So.
Boom.
He's back.
Sorry, guys. I believe this one looks better, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this way we can see his sketch too.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Avi, what's up? We got some questions rolling in a little bit.
By the way,
Must
thank
resist.
you for having me, and thanks to all the people out there listening.
And we've got some questions rolling in, Balam. Balam, what is your favorite Marvel character you have gotten to work on?
So far, you know what? I haven't gotten to draw Silver Surfer, but I really like that guy. Recently, the Spiderverse has been super awesome. The Hobgoblin is a fantastic character. The classic version I love, and I actually love all of superheroes, but I do have some favorites. These are some
Well,
past commissions.
When you said Silver Surfer, I bet Jason Harris shivered a little bit.
Jason says he loves the Beta Ray bill that he got from you.
Oh, thank you so much. It was super fun to draw it. Yeah.
Yeah, this last round you did for us, those look amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Avi asks, what would be your favorite DC character?
I love Bane. And
Bane.
Ooh,
yeah,
Bane.
and Poison Ivy is a favorite of mine.
Both Batman villains. Did you read a lot of Batman?
Yeah. When I was a kid, I did. So yeah, I really like Batman. I like action figures, so that's how I got hooked into Batman.
Shane Edward Allen says, love the battle damaged Miles Morales. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry to hear that, Jason.
All right. Well, we don't have any claims in the chat, but Bacon has one from somebody who couldn't make it tonight. So what do we got, bud?
Oh, we have a claim.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there's one behind Bacon too, though. David Desmond.
All right, then David gets it.
So
All right.
we're gonna have David go first. David, let us know what size or what you want inked or color. Again, those prices are $150 and $200. And then just let us know that and what character.
I'm gonna be doing sketches due to the time, so they're gonna be type pencils, but not the final pieces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we understand. That's fine.
That usually works out best.
Yeah. So I can take the time.
What size are they? A 9x12 ball?
9/12. Yeah.
Yeah. 9x12.
No, David, it's totally cool, man. I can get one anytime, Manny. It's up. You go for it.
David, it's you, buddy.
Just let us know what you want, buddy. What character and whether you just want inks or if you'd like the colors too. I'm assuming the Facebook user is probably Shane Edward Allen because it says battle damaged.
He commented already.
Huh?
Shane
Yeah, I
commented
thought he
already.
was on YouTube.
See?
Oh no, that was Facebook.
So it must be
So it
somebody
must
else.
be somebody else.
Yeah.
My regards
It's Jason
to Shane.
Harris on Facebook.
Oh, it's Jason Harris. Okay.
Oh, Jason Harris is on YouTube too. Black and white Nick Fury.
David's going to do black and white Nick Fury.
Ooh.
Sure.
Now, is that classic Nick Fury or Sam Jackson Nick Fury?
Lots of questions for you, David. Lots of questions.
I really like the classic version.
I think he usually does do that when he does Nick Fury.
Yeah, I was just making sure. I'm probably being too.
No.
Question
Yeah,
happy.
that's a question you have to ask.
Yeah.
Trust me, I get enough of those situations where we'll do a commission for somebody, they won't say who they want, and you're like, oh, that's not the version I wanted.
There's so many at conventions. I often ask the clients to show me references because there's so many variants and suits and appearances of the characters. Yeah, you can never be sure which one is their favorite.
Steranko version classic.
Yep.
Duh.
For example, the Joker
Sorry,
has a lot
David.
of them.
Kyle in the house. What's up, buddy?
So that's a
So, Balam, tell us
classic Nick
about
Fury.
how'd you get into comic art, Balam?
Well, it wasn't a sweet road for me because my parents were both professors. So in Mexico, when it's like something of something gained from your guild, if you can call it. Professors can inherit their hours, their tenures into to their sons or daughters. So I got like a whole week of hours to work, but I stepped back away from it. This I'm talking like 15 years ago. I had a cousin who was a knucklehead, and he had a baby. Well, I mean, not him, but but he was expecting a baby with his girlfriend. They were both teenagers at the time, so I passed my hours for him to work. And I stayed my study course into arts. I studied a BA on visual arts on public school, and then I did a master's degree again at a public college of my country. And after that, I was working at the site like a side job on my comic books. I started working as a colorist for a French publisher house called Delcourt. I was coloring bande dessinée, which is French comic books, Belgian French comic books. After that, I started working. I was starting another book with Delcourt. So by then, a friend, a mature artist, told me that I should pursue my work as a penciler, as a full artist, rather than just a colorist. So I took upon the task to become a penciler, to become a full artist. And by that time, I started working for Humanoids, which is a big house founded by 4 great French artists. One of them was Mavis, and then I started working for them while they had a office in Los Angeles. I'm part of a agency based in Spain called Radebou, which is my representative for comic books, and he got me that job. After that, I started working for Titan Comics. I made a graphic novel written by Victoria Schwab, who will be appearing on this New York Comic Con this year. After that fantastic graphic novel, I did some Blade Runner, Black Lotus. I was drawing that comic book, and at the same time, I got reached by Marvel Comics. I believe they saw I was already selling books, so it wasn't much of a gamble. They knew my reputation by then, so they reached me to make a graphic novel, a comic book series of 5 issues with a Mexican American character called Reptil. So
I have those issues.
Yeah. So I was doing. Thank you for your support. I was doing the two series at the same time. So I was doing 42 pages per month. It was something I'd never think myself I was able to do until I did it. Only pencils, but nevertheless, it was a lot of work. So that was my life for a year. I stayed with Titan Comics at London. They are based in London, and at the same time, I was working for Marvel. So after that training, I decided to step out of Titan Comics contractual obligations, and I rather decide to be a freelancer with Marvel Comics. So far, I've never failed on a deadline. So I'm aiming. I'm putting my trust and my whole work and awareness into obtaining a full-time job with them. Perhaps a exclusivity will be super nice. I have had other lovely offers from other houses like DC or Boom, but I have stick to my word into staying to work only for Marvel as of now. So yeah, that's my story.
Excellent.
That's great. Yeah, I've gotten a few of your books. I'm currently reading New Mutants, Lethal Legion, and your Kate Bishop series, and Reptile.
Thank you.
All right. So, did you get that? It's going to be a classic Nick Fury, Balam?
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah,
I'm
classic Nick Fury, Steranko Nick Fury.
All right, let's go there.
This should be good.
And it's ink, not.
Yeah, sure.
And did you guys answer that right? That you're going to have OA tonight?
Yeah. So we've got a few different books loaded up. We'll cycle through those here in a few minutes while he's drawing, and then we'll put up some others later in the show if we have time, as well. If there's something very specific that you're looking for, Clint, you can send me a message on Facebook, and I can just scroll through and see if we've got it or not, and let you know. Balam's pricing for pages is very simple, guys. So the New Mutants pages and the Kate Bishop's pages are going to be $350 for just a regular panel. For any kind of splash on a single page is going to be $550, and any double page spreads are $700. So Ken's putting some of them up here. It looks like New Mutants #1.
Yeah, New Mutants 1, page 1.
Yeah. So if you see New Mutants #1, if you want to claim it, you see Balam's got letters on the pages. So just make sure you're specific about the issue that you want. This currently is New Mutants #1.
No, Avi.
So,
And if anybody has any questions for Balam, just let us know. Craig Young's in the chat. He says, "Hi, Balam."
Hello.
Craig inked those last 3 pages for you on Spiderverse.
Yeah. He told me he did an overnight work doing them because we were running late. I believe the writer was a bit behind the schedule. So yeah, we had to put up what we call a firefighter work here in Mexico.
Yeah, he told me he did an all-nighter and did all 3 pages in one night.
Where in Mexico are you?
In Mexico City.
Okay.
Yeah, as I've told Chris and Ken, I was raised almost on a farm in a very rural town, and then I moved here 5 years ago.
No, Avi, we don't have any DC pages.
And then we have a Facebook user says, "Hola, Inid. Saludos de Alberto de Guadalajara."
Hey, that's a nice Spanish.
Way better than I would have done pronouncing that.
Oh, my Spanish is so bad, I'm embarrassed to ever try to use it.
This is a nice friend who's involved in animation. He was recently on a NSC festival in France, promoting his own upcoming projects, and he does this. He takes this kind of I will do your animation. So I don't know how. He's not an animator. He's more of a character designer, I believe. But he does all the job, all the I don't know how to say it. He produces all the contact with artists and managing all those, like being an agent for the stories. So yeah, he's going for a big career. I'm super proud of him.
Can you
I
go
love
over
it.
the prices again, Bacon?
Yes.
I'll
So
tell you after this one specifically, which is
this one specifically would be $350. It's a typical panel page.
So $350 for Jay, and then Clint, I believe it was. What were the other prices for?
The other prices were $550 for any kind of half splash or splash on a single page, and $700 if it's a double page spread. Which I think we have a few double page spreads, but I'm not sure what issues they're from.
I think they're New Mutants.
I know I saw a couple in the Kate Bishop folders.
Yeah, I was actually going to show those. I don't have a lot of the Kate Bishop, but these are from issue 1.
Most of the series has been sold already.
Here's a double page.
Yeah, that's where that resort was taken over by the Circus of Crime. It was like Kate's estranged sister got roped into it all.
Yeah, I'll have a few pages. This one, and then this is the last one I have right here, which is another double page.
But that's just from issue 1, right?
Correct.
All right. You're really testing me here, Facebook user, but gracias por el comercial. Ha ha ha. Ahorita andamos cocinando algo con Lucas. And then
Miranda.
there you go.
Yeah,
And then I know algo means something.
You're not wrong.
Lucas is
No, it means something, literally. Like, bebida algo is something to drink,
Lucas is an Argentinian artist who has worked earlier for Star Wars. I believe he's working now with Dark Horse Comics. He's as well super, super talented. But he has a lot of pride in his work. So he's been trying to make his own character, his own licenses. I believe there's a time in the life of an artist that try to produce their own things to sell, right?
Of course.
Oh, guys, Jason and Emilio, Google Translate is cheating. Well, I don't know if Jason used it.
Yeah, let's see some New Mutants 2 pages.
Oh, look at that Nick Fury coming along, guys.
Can you guys see it?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. No, we can see it great.
My wife helped me with this contraption thing to hold my phone. So yeah, I believe it's working. I cannot see what you guys are seeing, but yeah, I can see the drawing. That's the important thing.
Jason, are you fluent in Spanish then?
Here's a nice splash.
Oh yeah, I like that. So this is an example, guys, of what the 550 pages would be. What was that, B or A, Ken? B? B.
So that's a 550 page right there.
This is New Mutants Lethal Legion number 2, guys. Number 2.
What are you guys drinking?
Gin and tonic over here.
Nice.
Water.
Nice.
Flavored water.
Lemon water as well.
Yeah, lemon water. That's what I'm drinking too.
This is a nice splash. I like this.
You know what? I'm using something that a lot of people have asked me. So if I may, I'd like to just refer what is it? These lines beneath the drawings. Can you see them? Can you spot them?
Yep.
I have had received a lot of questions regarding these lines. So these are called dynamic diagonal composition grid. What it does, it divides into three parts, either vertically or horizontally, and then these intersecting diagonal lines. What they do is they are measured in a sense of this rule of thirds, and this subdivision of the area of what I'm drawing tends to produce a lot of movement and some sort of directionality. I use it on the pages, on comic book pages, while I build my panels, as well for action. I tend to use them a lot. I believe painters, fine art painting, and photographers use this quite old technique. It was developed late 1900s, so it's rather old, and it alludes into the subdivision of the paper to build something harmonic with movement, and it helps me a lot to build the images. For example, you can see here the hands of the character are making this type of power of her own power, but as well the movement of the fingers are kind of seductive or nice, because as a female, these kind of movements can look can produce beauty as well. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, something appealing and trying to build from this type of compositions.
That's really cool.
It's always fascinating to hear you talk about how you create your art. You did that with us a couple times at Philly too, and it's great to hear all the insights you have as you're drawing.
It's kind of boring. A lot of artist friends don't want to step into composition because everything has been moved into digital media, which is good. I'm not going against digital media, but the sophistication of digital devices is also slowing down the building and conscious and awareness of the whole paper as a full image, because you can make a lot of zoom into an iPad, for example, and that will lose the sense of controlling the whole space. How is it going to be looked? How is it going to be printed, for example?
Emilio says it's always fun seeing how artists create pieces. Jason Harris says that is a really cool technique. And Emilio back in with digital is great and all, but I definitely like seeing when things are still physical media.
Yeah, it's a matter of taste. So far, I've been like telling a lot of people about this traditional versus digital thing, and it's a theme of its own. But if you happen to see Pepe Larraz pages, you will find something beyond what we have been expecting into this type of comic books. Something more of a painting rather than a drawing. So it's not something cold. It's a really fun and with a lot of tools, media. And for example, I don't know if you guys know a fellow Mexican artist, which is a really, really, really amazing artist. His name is Omar Ladron. He has drawn the new Incal series for humanoids. And he used to work in the early 2000s with Copic markers, then scanned those painted pieces and finished them up on digital media. So it was a mixed media type of work, but the result was really astounding. One of the series you can find his work is called Elephant Men. And yeah, the work is just astounding, and you can only see that type of finishes using Copic markers, which are alcohol-based materials. And then when you scan it, it produces some kind of noise into the image, some little dots, colored dots, like a filter. After you paint on the computer using those real paintings, it came as something really exceptional. So if you don't know Omar Ladron, you should be looking into his work.
I've heard really good things about that Elephant Man series. I've never read it, but I've heard really good things about it.
So, Balam, you said you did read comics as a kid. Were there any artists that serve as inspiration for you now or then?
Yeah, I haven't lost my sight into French comic books. And for example, there's an artist called Mathieu Lefray, and this is something that I aspire to be like the notion of a full artist. He paints his covers in using oils, wash, and different type of media like oil paintings. He produces these wooden boards that measure like a meter of size, meter by meter. Uh, I mean, meter by meter and a half. They are enormous paintings for his covers, and the interior is all drawn traditionally, inked by him, and the text is also written by him inside the comic books. He does the balloons, the text balloons, and he writes the text for it. So he's one of the artists I have followed through the years. He has like a 25, 30-year long career. His name again is Mathieu Lefray. Some of the books you can find from him are a. Oh, I'm going blank here. Let me see these piracy books. Matthew.
And just for anybody that's only listening to the show, we do have a claim up for Balam.
Okay.
So claim is available. And if nobody claims bacon, you're going to jump in?
Mm-hmm.
You can find his work on a book called Prophet. And then he made Long John Silver, a piracy book inspired, and the art is remarkable. I mean, I haven't seen something like that in a long time. Since I was coloring bande dessinées for a living, I understood what is called a good taste in color. Rather than being flashy with a lot of technical effects that you will find in some type of comics, French comics are, for example, a lot of them are made with watercolor. So the type of coloring is something special, something different. There's a lot of contrast. For example, a blue page with a lot of blue hue, and then some small yellow elements that would contrast the entire page and guide the reader into knowing what's going on and where to go next. So it's a different sense of comic books. Another artist that I would really recommend is called Mario Alberti, which I have worked with him. He's now doing a science fiction comic book series. He has done a lot of books. Red Hand. We did cutting edge. I was coloring him. So yeah, his work is amazing. And I'm gonna look for another one that I want to share. I would love to share with you.
Emilio has another question. It is, do you have a preference on male or female characters, one over the other?
I'm gonna tell something that I find interesting. I was talking to my agent. His name is Joaquin, and I was having a bit of a trouble with superheroes. So he told me this line. He said, "You know what? They are gods," and that reference stuck to me. And then I noticed that when mythology, not that it died, but from a social construct, it slowed down. For example, in the 1900s, a lot of people lives were ruled by these traditions, sayings, and cultural aspects of mythology. But in contemporary life, we do not follow certain traditions. For example, in winter, there are a lot of traditions related to winter or to this type of year, like the tree, the candles. They all have a meaning, and a lot of people through the world do not know this meaning, this ancient meaning of traditions. So characters in comic books, I would say, is the contemporary mythology that permeates the world. So instead of thinking in if I like to draw better a guy or a female character, I would really like to understand the concepts of the characters. Some of them are really interesting. For example, we were this synchronicity event where we were talking before the live stream about the mystery of spice, and then first commission is the one and only Nick Fury, right? So they do have this capability of not just being fun characters, but they are alive. They are characters that intersect with our lives. That's what I think.
All right. Well, Bacon, I think you've got the claim.
So it's going to be Sarabella from the New Mutants for your next one, and it's going to be in colors.
Sure. I love that. I'm just finishing here.
I love that they made a character out of Martha from way back from Grant Morrison's run.
Yeah. For example, that would be Bride of Frankenstein, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Mhm.
First automaton that has a mind, a consciousness, and then she has a body to inhabit.
Avi said that the answer you provided for the last question was the best, most honest answer.
Thank you so much.
And anybody else who has a question, just put it in the chat, and we'll read it
I have a
off. We
question.
don't have any wait right now.
I have a question.
What would you like to know, Ken?
Monica, are you on my bed?
She didn't even come off mute. She's just like, yeah.
Because my office isn't set up yet. So I'm working on that tomorrow.
So I get to San Diego. I land at like 9:47, something like that, a.m. And Annika's working, so I said, "Oh, I'm going to come to school with you and hang out." But she said, "I'm not allowed around the children."
It's probably a good policy.
There's
not
no
letting
kids.
You get
not
there
letting
when?
strangers in.
When do you get there?
Early, like 9 something.
On Tuesday morning?
Yep.
Oh God, I'm the complete opposite end of the spectrum. I don't get there till like 11:30 at night.
Yeah, my wife gets there like 9 something at night.
You're not arriving with your wife?
She was a late edition, so my plane was full.
Oh, okay. And then, Balam, are you going to be at San Diego?
No, I will not. I believe you have to ask for a year in advance, right? To have a table.
I don't know if it's quite a year, but it's close. It's close.
Yeah, I haven't assisted to conventions as to visit or have fun. I have always gone to work, so I really would like to go to San Diego when I have a table.
Do you have any cons scheduled for this year?
Well, I do. I will be on Japan Expo Comic Con, and well, it's not called Comic Con, right? Just Fan Expo.
Yep.
Yeah. Which one is that?
That one will be in August and in Toronto, so it will be my first. I'm actually trying to obtain a permanent residence to move to Canada. So I'm quite it's a big deal for me. It makes me a lot of it gives me a lot of illusion, or it's not illusion that you call it. It's some kind of it's building some kind of a dream state in me. I would like to go, but not just to work in that place, but to see if it's the country I would like to move. So yeah, it's something special to me.
And Bacon, will you be in Toronto?
I will with Ken, and also sort of half with Ken and half as an actual fan. But yes, I will be there.
Okay, this one is done.
Wow.
Very nice. So, guys, just to remind you, he's just laying down the pencils tonight. He'll finish them up later on after the show's over.
That looks awesome.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Annika teaches in one of those districts where they go, what is it, 12 weeks on or something like that?
No, it's like a modified summer. It's a modified school year, so our summer is like 6 weeks. And then we have like 3 weeks for winter. We have a fall break for 2 weeks. So they're all scattered.
Gotcha.
Avi, the answer to that is because Canada is way better than the United States.
Says the Canadian who lives in the United States.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You are Canadian and you live in the Carolinas.
And I still think Canada's better.
Well, I would too if I lived in the Carolinas. Even though I am wearing my shirt from North Carolina.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh, from the Super Abari that you had to buy because you were sweating to death.
So hot.
Hey, Bacon and Ken and Balam, I'm sorry. We are having some issues in the Becker household, and I have to leave. Annika, too.
luck.
So I will see everybody when I see you. Is there a show next Tuesday, Ken?
Probably not, but you never know.
You never know, folks.
Never know.
All right, everybody, thank you. Sorry I have to leave so early. Balam, it was very nice meeting you.
A pleasure to meet you.
Thanks, Becker.
And best wishes on the art, and I hope to see many more projects from you.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.
You too.
See you, buddy.
Oh, I'm laggy.
So now it's down to just the three of us who don't usually talk a whole lot. So that's fun.
Well, we can run through some OA.
I was on a podcast recently. I was talking to a friend, and he asked me something quite interesting. He said, "What's the decision you had made that if you had taken another road, your life would be completely different?" What do you guys think about it? Could you share something? It doesn't have to be really serious. It could be something funny, but just that moment of your life that you said, well, I go this way and maybe this will turn out to be nice. But if you have taken the other road, your life would be just so different.
That's a good question.
That's a really good question.
Oh, man, I could do that probably 5 times.
You know you could, Ken.
I know mine. I was kind of lost. I thought I always wanted to be in publishing or like writing for a career, and I actually finally did get a job in publishing. And 9 months later, I got laid off, and it was really hard to find something because I really didn't have any experience after that because it was only 9 months in. So it took me a good 3 to 4 months before I finally found something, and finally a friend helped me get into what I'm in now, which is IT and software build with his company. And I've been there for 5 years. So it's kind of one of those things where I was kind of already in my late 20s at that point. Well, actually early 30s at that point. And I didn't really, ever think that I would be in software build as a career, but here I am.
What about you, Annika?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could have stayed in Japan instead of coming back to America to become like a teacher in America. And that would have been interesting.
Were your parents here, or were they over there with you?
No. They were here. It was after college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So after I graduated, I worked for a law firm. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. And then maybe a nurse. It was all over the place, just helping people.
That's super nice.
And then I decided to go to Japan to see if I really wanted to be a teacher. And so I taught in an elementary school, and I loved it. And so then I came back and became a special ed teacher here.
Nice. I studied psychology initially in college. I wanted to be a psychologist. I was actually going to work in sex therapy, believe it or not. But yeah, it was human sexuality. I loved it. It was fantastic. But then I started getting recruited by Hawaii for teaching, and they were the second highest paid teachers in the nation. They gave you free housing. The perks were just ridiculous. So then I was like, you know what? I'm going to pivot to teaching and move to Hawaii. And my brother actually lived in Hawaii. He was stationed there in the Army. And he came home and told me, you don't want to live in Hawaii. Because everything is imported.
Yeah.
Everything. So you pay a crazy amount of money for stuff. He said, so the cost of living is ridiculous. He goes, they're the second highest paid teachers in the country and they still live poor. And then he said that the areas where they put the teachers, that free housing, he said they're not good areas. He said there's a lot of crime, gang stuff, and so that was the end of that. So, but I did continue on and actually was special education. Worked in special education for 9 years, coached football, did all that stuff, and then fell into the sports memorabilia business where I was an agent working with athletes, and life was crazy for a long time after that.
Yeah.
That was a good question, Balam. We just learned new things about each other, and we've been friends for years.
Yeah, got me running as well, because as I mentioned, Baker, I was teaching as well these small children. So I fulfill my time as a teacher doing that. And after I was working on comics, I've never stopped being some sort of a teacher, because when I try to talk about these techniques of composition or storytelling, I often make presentations like PowerPoint presentations with examples of the pages, and I always bore everyone to death.
Yeah, I jumped around a lot of what I wanted to do. Just because as much as I love teaching, and I've always come back to teaching, like I wanted to be a teacher as a kid, and like it's not like the most financially stable job.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was like, maybe I'll be a lawyer because I can help people if I'm a lawyer. If I'm a nurse, I can help people, but I just love teaching, so I've always went back to it.
I actually just found this. I'll put myself on big screen. So in lieu of getting us rings when we won our championship, the brilliant athletic director at this high school I got gave us this.
Wow.
Oh wow!
Can you see? Find me?
Yeah.
You look the exact same from like 30 years ago.
Where am I? Right there.
Yeah. No, to the left.
No, you're the white hair.
No, this is me. This is like 30 years ago.
Oh no! I thought you were the white hair too.
Look.
Wow.
Oh my God, Ken, that guy looks exactly like you do now.
This was us.
That was in Hawaii,
No. This was at Monmouth Regional High School in New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Oh, you taught in Jersey? Ooh.
Oof.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oofa.
What do you guys think? I was born with white freaking hair?
I thought so.
No,
After
that's
seeing
not
that
true.
photo.
You know what Renee and I call this? We call this BC, before children. See, I had dark hair. See, I had black hair.
My dad makes the same joke. However, I know that he was salt and pepper as a teenager, so.
I started going gray in my late 20s.
Yeah.
By the time
My
I was
dad-
35, it was pretty much just gray and salt and pepper. By the time I got to 40, white.
Yep. Oh, Jason Harris has been teaching for 20 years. That's a long time.
I can't believe you guys thought I had white hair back. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's funny how that stuff happens, Jason. I was the same boat, man. When I first got married, I had just been laid off. I was literally working at Lowe's Food. And like I said, it took me several months before this friend of mine finally offered me this job. And I mean, honestly, these days, it's like you got to know somebody in order to get in.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it was in Jersey.
Huh?
That's how it was in Jersey. If you didn't know somebody, you weren't getting in.
Yeah.
I got in without knowing somebody. But
I mean, I went to school. My two Bachelor of Art degrees from NC State are communications media and French. And so I never in my life thought I would be building software for a living.
Mm-hmm.
How about AI? Has been impacted your job?
No, not for me. No, because I still, everything's already, the way software goes is everything's basically already built and I just have to combine them. So it's not, it hasn't impacted me, thankfully.
Caught many students using AI to write their papers.
Oh, have you?
I mean, yeah. When you work with like the same students for multiple years and they come up with this phenomenally written 5-paragraph essay as a 6th grader, you're like,
Yeah, that's ChatGPT, right?
yeah. I was like, this is really good. I'm just curious when you did this because yesterday you had 3 sentences.
yesterday you couldn't spell cat if I spotted you C&T.
And now you have a full-blown essay. I did it at home, but you didn't take home your articles, so how did you remember everything? It was like a very long conversation.
I'm a genius, Miss Annika. I'm a genius.
No,
Did I ever tell you how I punched my card to hell?
You did not.
So when I was in college, I went to it was actually like a Catholic college. So some of the courses were taught by nuns. So I had to take a class on Saturday morning, and I used to the class. I took it on Saturday morning before football. So like then when I was coaching and stuff, I had this Saturday class, and I would leave and then go to whatever game we had on Saturday or whatever. So the teacher, it was a nun. Her name, I think, her name was Sister Mary. I don't remember. Renee would remember. And it was a Shakespeare class because I loved Shakespeare. And she wanted us to we had to take the quizzes that we took where you had to memorize a paragraph from whatever we were reading. So we were reading like Taming of the Shrew or something like that. And I was in the middle of football season. I did not have time to remember a 14-line paragraph in Shakespeare. Right? So I had my coaching cap and I wrote it on the brim of the cap. And what we had to do is we had to go to her office and sit down with her one-on-one and then recite it. So I sat there and I said, I said, I'm really kind of shy about this. I said, I'm going to pull my hat down over my eyes. So, oh, go ahead. And I lean back, I pull my hat down over my eyes and read it. And my wife said, "You're going to hell." You know how you lied to a nun.
And you got away with it?
Oh yeah, she loved
Oh
me.
yeah, you're going to hell, buddy.
She loved me. That woman loved me. So one of the things we had to do was we had to write a like a synopsis of what we thought about Taming of the Shrew, and she was like, listen, I like people who think outside the box. Don't necessarily take a straightforward approach to it. So I wrote it as a script, as if they were on Jerry Springer.
Well, that's what it was at the time, I
Loved
believe.
it, huh? She went crazy.
That's
She loved it.
that's what it was. It was entertainment. We're reading maybe some classical things like the erroneous way, because at the time it wasn't something serious. It was fun. It was entertainment.
Yeah.
It's true. That's not cheating. It's
Sure, Ken. Sure.
ingenuity, innovative memory.
Ooh, I don't know who this character is, but I like her.
So, did you ever read the Grant Morrison
No.
X-Men? No.
Nope.
Nope. Well, she was originally the brain. Like in that series, she was literally just a brain. That's all she was.
Mm-hmm.
Like a literal brain. And then since Krakoa came around, there she is there too. Since Krakoa came around, now she has a body.
Mm.
Her name is Sarah Bella.
Oh, Annika has something from Balam. Emilio. And Annika's officially house poor now, so she can't buy anything. She is on strike, just like the actors and the writers.
On strike for buying stuff.
So,
I
Sandy,
did.
really interesting.
I went as well to a Catholic school, and I had nuns for teacher as well. But as a traditional or classical literature, I believe we read them wrongly. They are super interesting people, because not only their system of beliefs, but imagine yourself to be away or thinking or just staying away from your impulses, in a sense, from your first impulses. I mean, that's something of mystical. Besides the mystical type of mind, it has something to do with the will of your heart. So nevertheless, the religion, I really like value this type of people, because being a nun, being a priest, being something away from your daily things, there must be a lot of time to think, to realize what's the world about, what to dream, what to feel, what to be excited about. It should be
That's
a really
true.
nice type of living as well.
I've never thought about it that way. That's actually a really interesting take. I like it.
Because to be honest, when the lights are down, they are human beings. I mean, they feel desire, they feel troubled, they feel doubt, they feel a lot of things just like us. Only staying away from those things that make you, for example, angry. The recent 2 years, I have become a vegetarian with my wife, and just staying away from meat, for example. There's been quite some new phenomena in our lives. For example, some type of new peacefulness into our lives. I believe meat maybe carries a lot of hormones that are tied to these impulses of being, for example, macho man or angry response, right? And this type of new sweetness in our life, when we listen to each other, I believe it has to do with what we are eating as well.
That's true, though. Yeah, especially because a lot of what we eat too is so processed.
I can remember somebody at work said to me one time, "Hey, did you hear about the guy who killed his brother over a hamburger?" And I said, "What kind of hamburger was it?"
Wow, Ken. Wow, Ken.
And there was a nun that loved to terrorize us as children. She would love to tell us horror and ghost and exorcism stories when we were just 11 or 12 years old. So she was super into horror.
Oh wow. I am not super into horror.
Me neither.
It scares me. I don't like it. My
Yeah,
husband loves horror.
Try to picture it from a nun.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Yeah. Listen, children, this is a true story. What I'm about to tell you. So yeah, we wouldn't go even to the bathroom, I believe.
Oops, sorry. Yeah, that would be not fun. Oh. Amazon.
Well, there it is.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, guys, we're going to run through the pages real quick, everything that we have available. If anybody wants anything, if it's a sequential page, it's 350, right? Page?
Yep, 350, 550 for splash page, and 700 for double page.
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna
nice.
do a hobgoblin.
Ooh, hobgoblin.
Do it.
Everyone loves a
All right,
hobgoblin.
here's New Mutants issue 1. So this would be a 350 page. $350 on this one. This is the page I was looking for with that character.
Oh, I see it. I see it
Yeah.
now. Gosh, your pencil work is so detailed.
350.
Crazy.
These are all from New Mutants 1. 350. Pricing is very easy for Balam. 350. If anybody wants to claim anything, you just claim it by the book and the letter, please. So if you wanted this one, you'd say New Mutants 1H. And you'll see why in a second when we go to the other ones. $350. Is this one 350 bacon, or is this considered like a half splash?
Blom, what would you consider that? Can you see that one?
Let me see. Oh, that's a regular page.
Okay, so yeah, 350, guys.
350 on this one.
Murdoch, we do have, I believe, pages from all the issues that have been released so far.
Yes.
So if there's something specific that you want, I said this earlier tonight, if there's something specific that you guys want, send me a message on Facebook and I will look to see if it's one of the ones that we have available.
I said this earlier on Facebook when I hit in the video.
What about this?
Is she mocking me?
Thank you for finally acknowledging it.
What
I
about this one?
wasn't sure if you were mocking or if you were just your normal talking.
Is this a sequential?
Yeah, I think 350.
Yeah.
So here's New Mutants issue 2. There's a nice splash.
Oh, that's cool.
Thank you. I got to design that sewer dragon.
I love it. I love dragons and dinosaurs.
The half splash.
Oh, that's cool. And so many people.
There was a moment during New Mutants that counting the villains and the heroes, the team heroes, it was 14 or 15 characters in a single page doing different things. It was quite a challenge to do.
Oh, yeah, that sounds intense.
What did he say? Issue what?
Issue 3, page 2, or page 3.
I'm looking them up.
Let me see.
Was looking over the reptile miniseries. Balam loves dinos.
I think
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say it's a Mexican American character.
I can't tell from issue 3 what we do have because the letters are blocking the page. Ken, do you know?
I don't, but I'm gonna try to load them up. Hold on. The ones that I think might be it. See if it'll take.
I love how you show your process pieces, Balam, on Instagram.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that gets to I don't know how to say it. They enjoy even more the process than the final pieces. I got followed by a lot of artists as well, new ones, and even some consolidated artists that often ask me some questions regarding process, which I believe is the fun part as well, because it's the building of the universe part. As Chris knows, in French, drawing is dessiner, I believe. So it's the design of it's not just something to sketch, but rather to design, to bring into this world.
Mm-hmm.
So I really enjoy that process.
Yeah, it's really cool to see.
Hey Murdoch, were any of these pages the ones you were looking for, buddy?
Hey.
And also to buy material, because when you're doing traditional art, it really depends on the quality of the things you're using. And when I visit the art store here in Mexico City, it's one of my favorite days. It has some of my favorite songs during the driving part, and some cold beverages, and a lot of fun deciding which color I'm going to pick. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to do like things in reality instead of digital art for me right now. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah.
Murdoch, did you want to claim A, buddy?
Claim A. There we go. So New Mutants number 3A, Balam, has been claimed.
Thank you so much for your support.
I don't know. I can't see what page number this is, Balam. So if you want to look at the screen real quick.
Oh yeah, that one will be page number 1 from 3rd issue, I believe.
Okay. So that's been claimed.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. All New Mutant pages have no X's. And I mean, I don't know if everyone knows this, but when you are running out of time, you can rely on your inker and put some X's where someone is to fill the blanks, the black areas. For example, here, I will put an X and the inker will fill in just as a solid black. But on New Mutants, there are no X's, I believe. There's only filled in art.
Mm-hmm. Amino asks that the Stepford Cocoa sisters.
Cuckoos.
Cuckoos.
Now, the other pages we haven't shown it all yet are from the new Edge of the Spiderverse book that just came out last week. That was a super hot book. And Balam did what'd you do? An eight page story, was it?
10.
A 10 page story.
Did a 10-page story in there, and we have just about all the available pages. And he did keep some, of course.
We're
And
waiting.
these are priced a little differently because
Wait,
there's
did you
only a
show
few.
the? No, go ahead. Do that first. I'm on a spending freeze.
So the Spider-Verse pages are a little bit differently. He wanted to go a little differently since it's a special issue. So these panel pages are 500, and then I believe there's one page that is a splash that would be 650.
These are great.
And we do have the 3 pages that Craig inked. So I do have the blue line inks from Craig. And we can add those on if you decide you want to buy the page. So give me a shout. I believe it's pages 8, 9, and 10. I believe is what Craig told me that he inked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all the available pages we have from the Spider-Verse.
That's cool. Oh, he's so scary.
That is a sick hobgoblin so far, Emilio.
And then we also have. What other book did we have pages for?
Hawkeye. I have just a couple.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot left, guys. But if you wanted some from the Kate Bishop Hawkeye book, hit me up. I think Ken's only got a couple of the pages from issue 1 loaded up, but we do have a couple from the other issues.
Oh, Balam's holding up something, Ken. Oh, dang.
Spider-Verse pages, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, it's so dark. That's just pencil, Balam?
Yeah.
Wow. It almost looks like it's inked. It's so
I have
dark.
only inked one project for Marvel, which was something with Quicksilver for their vertical comics on their app.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
I'm trying to fill in all the black areas as well to make some type of tight pencils instead of leaving a lot of room, because since I have been working for 2 years with Marvel, I'm trying to establish and solidify a style. So every inker will have a reference to know what's to do with my pencil.
Mm-hmm. That page is great. Like so much movement. It's insane.
Spiderverse is super fun because the characters are. I don't know if you have ever heard of these perpetual movement machines. It was something scientists were looking for, even in the 1800s. It was something that will always keep in movement. People were obsessed with, physicists were obsessed with perpetual movement. And I've seen in this type of drawings of spider characters that even though they are stationary or still, they appear to be in movement.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the spirit of the characters. Each type of Marvel character or comic book characters, as I was saying at the beginning of the conversation, are a type of mythology. So they carry on something special. In this case, these characters they belong to a youthful universe. They are heroes for young ones.
Mm-hmm.
So that I believe they must portray some sort of innocence or youthfulness.
Oh yeah.
Does that exist? Youthfulness?
Yep.
Yeah, these are great.
For example, I don't know, I don't remember the name, but it was an Italian artist that was tasked or assigned to do a poem, turn it into a comic, and it was a lot of text and a lot of subjectivity. So what he did was include in a single page this type of the same character inside the page doing different things. And from that on, a lot of I can't remember at this time the name of it, but it was even turned as an effect. So a lot of comics absorb from that element. So this type of character should repeat in a single panel doing different things, but you have the conscience of knowing that it's the same character just in motion,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Wow.
It'd be interesting to see if this writing actors strike is going to affect San Diego.
Oh, 100%.
Comic
All the
Cons,
panels.
Comic Cons may be comic related again.
So
No
for all the
celebrity.
panels, they're not allowed to go to panels. They're not allowed to do signings. No promo. Maybe they could do like signings if it's like like the Fan Expo ones, but
Yeah, because they're not promoting
Yeah.
anything in particular.
but like all of the signature ops, I think are.
Emilio said he read no cons or interviews were one of the
Mhm.
rules. Yeah. Hall H might be an easy get this year.
Yeah. I
Might
mean,
be
Hall H
empty.
was already looking pretty slim, so.
Do they have anything announced for Hall H?
It's
If there
out.
is,
The
I
schedule
don't-
should be out. Because they release a schedule 2 weeks before. I like that pencil.
Oh, and this one is a 2.5 lead pencil, and I use it for sketching because of the size of it. I can do really fast lines.
Mm. I would not know Murdoch because I do not play video games.
All I know is all the big name stuff is gone, and it's my first time there, so it kind of figures.
Yeah, but they'll still be in the exhibit hall.
Yeah.
Like you'll still have like the Marvel booth and all that.
Do the actors go there, or is that for the artists and writers?
They used to.
Oh, okay.
Once,
If writers might not be able to do that.
yeah, the writers of the movies won't be able to, but like they'll have at the Marvel booth they'll have like the comic creators go.
Oh, that's what I meant. The comic creators. So there's no actors at the Marvel booth. It's just the comic creators.
There used to be. But that was also probably like several years ago. Now they just did the Hall H. Because it's like chaos. Even like when they give away free posters, it's chaos at their booth.
Oh, I'm sure.
Me too, Emilio. Strikes suck for everyone. What was the second choice?
What do you mean, Shane? Oh, Shane, the second one was Cerebella, and this is Hobgoblin.
He's so scary. Oh, and we're back.
Well, someone was asking about a specific page that Balam showed, so I was looking for it.
She's from New Mutants, Shane. She has a brain. Or she used to be a brain. Obviously, she has a brain. She used to be a brain, but now she has a body. Did I summarize that correctly?
Yeah.
That's correct.
I was so excited, like when they did the Powers and House of X. Because I was like, oh, it'll be a good point for me to jump back in, and for some reason, I like was so confused. It was not a good point for me to jump back in. It was very sad.
I was telling Ken, for example, that I sometimes get unfamiliarized with the characters I draw because it's something healthy for the mind to enjoy and let go, not to know a lot of things. For example, at conventions, when I talk to fans, sometimes they ask me things about the characters that I really do not know them. It's the first time I get to I can draw everything because I'm a trained artist, but I cannot know all the superheroes there are because that would be impossible. And I need a lot of RAM memory to know how to live, to know how to breathe, to know how to walk my dogs, love my wife, enjoy a meal. So even though we artists know a lot of characters, I believe it's healthy to also forget, to let go, to not know, to be in the dark in something and learn it. That's the fun part, right?
Yeah, no, that's true. I do enjoy like when I don't know things and people get to explain them to me because they like are super knowledgeable.
Yeah,
Fun.
I feel that. Yeah. Everyone knows, for example, what type of events of comic books are happening, and I draw comics and I don't even know the events or the timeline, the dimension. I do not know it. I mean, at Marvel, they gave us some guidelines and they make us, well, they invite us to make research and to dig into the books to know what we are drawing. But it's not something that they demand you to do it. So I believe it's healthy. Maybe that's my perspective to as an artist to have room to create, not to know everything.
Oh man. Look at that smile. He's so scary.
And for anybody going to San Diego, we will be debuting 2 new prints from Mr. Bill Morrison. The first one is this one. And the second one is this one.
A Futurama print. I thought you were going to say Harley with some hyenas from The Lion King, but
I wouldn't get print.
oh, I'm going to do all the sirens with Disney takes on their pets.
That's funny.
I'm going to do Catwoman with like the aristocrats, the Aristocats. Ooh, or maybe she should have the little Siamese cats from Lady and the Tramp.
Who's this?
Catwoman.
Oh, Catwoman. Why don't you go with a different one? You know, you can go with Marie from the Aristocrats. And
Well, so I said, oh, and then like the Siamese ones. A little collection.
Little baby Simba.
No. It's a lion. That's a wild cat.
Cat's a cat.
Do Black Panther with Baloo. Wait, no, Baloo's the bear.
Baloo's
No.
the bear.
Baloo's the bear.
Yeah.
What's the panther's name?
Bagheera.
Bagheera.
Bagheera, yes.
Bagheera.
Yeah, Balam does.
Summer just yelled it downstairs. Bagheera.
My bad, Summer. My bad. Haven't seen Jungle Book in a long time.
Well, guys, I think we're going to call this. We want to thank everybody for coming out. We'll probably post these pages at some point, right? So anybody who wants to get a better look at those, we'll put up a post at some point. I don't know when.
Yeah, the next 2 weeks are kind of insane, guys, but I'll try to put up a post. I'm not sure if we will just wait until after San Diego because I know everybody's focused on San Diego and Terrificon. But we'll definitely put up whatever's left. We're definitely going to do a pre-show list for Fan Expo Canada for Balam as well. If anybody's interested in these head sketches, just shoot me a message this week and we can get a couple more done. If you want the full bodies, we can still do those. I believe they were $250, but that price won't hang around for too long. So if you want one of those, also send me a message.
I picked up some issues of New Mutants #1. I got Kate Bishop the 5 issues, and I bought some Spiderverse #4. So we'll probably offer some remark books at some point also.
Yeah, and we'll hopefully the Spider-Verse ones we can get dual remarks with Balam and Craig on them in Toronto.
Absolutely.
Oh, Craig's
That'd
gonna
be
be.
pretty cool.
I'm so mad I'm not going to Toronto now.
Well, thanks everybody for coming out on our special Thursday night show. Especially thanks to Balam for joining us, and welcome to the 4C family. Hopefully,
Thanks to you.
You'll enjoy yourself for at least for a minute or two. And thanks to Bacon and Annika for taking another night off this week. And the three of us will be in San Diego this time next week. Well, how
This time,
I know
this
Thursday.
time next week.
Thursday, I'll be saying to myself, "Why am I in San Diego?"
Yeah, this time next week we'll be
Wow.
saying, "Why are we here?"
It's only Thursday. Why am I so tired?
No. Yeah, you guys are gonna die.
But thanks to everybody. And if we do have a show next week, it'll most likely be some sort of just bullshit wrap up.
Chit chatting. I'll probably be in an airport. Ken will be on that
I'll
same
give a
bed.
tour of Annika's house or something.
Yeah, Ken will be on that same bed that Annika's on right now.
No, I'm on a chair now. I moved.
I'll be filling that bed with beer farts in a couple days.
I'll be in Denver. Like, when am I going to get there, guys? This is ridiculous.
But thanks everybody for coming out, and we will see you. And stay tuned to the 4C page on Facebook, because hopefully from San Diego we're going to be offering up all kinds of stuff, different ops and different things we're getting our hands on and stuff like that. I've already got some things working a little bit to try to get some exclusive things for you guys going during San Diego. Hopefully we'll do some live events from the show floor, which we did one. I think we did one last year with Ryan Benjamin, but hopefully we do a little bit more. My wife was coming out, so it's going to give me a little more freedom to get out there and talk with some artists and things and try to get some stuff done. So hopefully it'll be fun. But thanks everybody for coming out, and we will see you real soon.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Balam.